So yeah, somehow they're able to use those things and against you. The other interesting thing is that some of the things that they say seem to be like true, you know. So I've cut them off so many times. I cut humans off too, you know what I mean. But anyways, some of the things that they say seem to be relevant to me, or seem to be something that I can agree with. It's like, let me think about that, because otherwise, if it don't make sense, I just dismiss it. But for a long time, I was listening to them, everything that they said, because I thought that it was true. It was my time to leave, and I understood that, you know, not going to be taken to heaven, but I'm going to be taken to hell because of my sins. I was listening to them for a long time. They had me doing all kinds of stuff. I mean, all kinds of stuff. Let me just reiterate that. Okay, not anything illegal. Just with, like, you know, with myself, like going here and there and doing this, doing all kinds of stuff in my house and stuff like that. I do believe that, you know, with this situation that I'm going through, there's like some type of surveillance and monitoring going on, you know, in my house, in my home. So like with cameras and stuff like that. So however that's set up, and however whoever's, you know, behind that they were able to witness the activity of me just going in and out of this room or that room, or, you know, taking a shower odd hours, just, you know, doing things that's just strangely odd and not, you know, my regular schedule, since they've been watching for some time. I had found that out last year, that the monitoring had been going on for some time. But anyway, that's connected to another situation. But yeah, they had me doing all kinds of stuff. And so I'm thinking, I thought that I needed to do whatever, because if I didn't, you know, I have to suffer some type of punishment or something like that. And then thinking too that everything was over. You know, and if you want to survive at this point, they said something like, God had placed me into the devil's hands, like that I was completely just, like he had given up on me, and or what have you, you know, just, and it was my time, you know, what have you, and we're here to take you away. Even saying things like trying to, you know, get me to off myself or take myself out. And so I'm like, well, and during the times that I was attentive and open to them, like doing whatever they said, you know, I was almost to that point, and I told them, like, I can't do it, because I'm so, like, either pro-life or so, well, against it, because, you know, in my faith, it's against, you can't do it. It's a major sin to do something like that, to off yourself, to commit suicide or something like that. It's a major sin. You just don't do it. And anyways, I couldn't do it, but I was listening to them. I was very open. I did almost everything they told me except for that. That's probably one of the things I didn't do. It's probably one. It's except for when I got real tired of the situation. At one point, I was just thinking, you know, this is taking too long, or, you know, why is it, something's not right, or something like that. Just, you know, why is it prolonged and all of this? But yeah, on several occasions they told me to take myself out. So, but I wasn't able to do it. And then what came to my mind was, if this is like really real, or what have you, why is it taking so long? One, why are you asking me to do it? Why aren't you able to do it? You know what I mean? That type of thing. Like, okay. You know, I'm just, so some of these things I'm thinking about all this stuff. Then I was thinking, okay, something's not right. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how in the world these people were able to get this. If this, like, I believe that since I'm able to hear this audio, that this is some type of, that, like the tarot reader said, it's because an attachment was sent to me, right? As some spirits, demonic spirits, or demonic forces, or entities or deities or whatever. I'm not really familiar with those words, but were sent to me. by these people that are doing, this from something else that's going on, that I'm familiar with or know. Okay. And I'm like, okay, so because like I said, if it's your time to go, then it's just pretty much, we're not going to take 4 months, for that to happen. It's going to happen. Okay. It may take maybe a few days or something, maybe a week or two or at the most. But yeah, it's not going to take a month or 2 or 3 or 4. Yeah, it's not going to be that. So that's when I just started tuning out. After a while, things weren't making sense to me pretty much. And I just stopped tuning in and I tuned out and just started trying to look for. It took a minute for me to come from it, because from that way of thinking, of just listening to them, believing them, because when you have an experience like this, somebody, whereas before you weren't hearing, spirits or anything like that from the other world, from the dark world or, anything. You're only hearing people and just the things that are around you. And you have that type of experience. I stayed so that I can, analyze and investigate the situation myself to see if this is something that is really for me and really something that I don't know. I think that because of my behavior, I guess, or because of what something I did or I said, it opened me up to allowing that attachment to be sent to me, or I didn't have the protection that I needed, which means that I opened myself up somehow, and through my anger and through my behavior going off all the time and stuff like that, I allowed it for it to be sent to me. Okay, that's how it's viewed as in like the spiritual world. It's because of something we allowed. If we stay away from those type of ways of being, it's okay. You get upset, you get mad, you get angry, but to stay there and to live there and to always be in that type of energy, it doesn't help, and it does allow for these type of things to happen, especially when you do it obsessively, or you have certain things that you haven't dealt with. It just allows for these type of things to happen. They start finding similarities or something like that, especially if someone specifically sends it to you. So yeah, so anyways, I did as much looking into the situation and giving it the benefit of the doubt as I possibly could before I really started trying to find ways to get away from it. Okay. I still don't understand all of the aspects of it. I still don't understand all of it. I've been through a lot though. Let me